Do you break out into cold sweats at the thought of you doing cold calls? Do you think lead gen is only a game for the extroverted? Well, you're sabotaging your own success, and honestly, you're missing out on a ton of opportunities. In this video, I want to break down 3 methods that'll change the way that you think about lead gen, even if you're the shyest person in the room. And one of these methods, it's going to increase your leads by 400%, and you won't even believe how simple it is. By the way, if this is our first time meeting, my name is Emmanuel. I am the founder and kind of chief talking head guy around here over at Square One Group. We help solopreneurs grow and scale their businesses using systems. So if you're an introvert founder that's having some problem with lead gen, then you're definitely in the right place. Let's take a deep dive and see how we can fix this. So I got to tell you about a friend of mine. Her name is Sarah. She was completely convinced that being an introvert meant that she would never succeed in her business, or that it was going to be even harder for her to grow her business. Like, she completely bought into this whole lie that lead generation was better suited for extroverts. She actually believed that being an introvert was more of a liability than an asset. And the ideas of making cold calls, going door to door to get business, and going to networking events were like designed to put her through personal hell. The good news is that it took about 30 days of us working together, and we were able to actually shatter that myth. She is living proof that any introvert can kill it in the lead gen game. So how exactly did we shatter this introvert myth in 30 days? Well, let's dive into it. Starting off with method 1, which is Instagram Reels for introverts. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Really, Instagram Reels? Everyone does Reels. But hear me out. Sarah, she wasn't all about it either, because she cringed at the thought of putting herself out there, but the system that we put together really played to her strengths as an introvert, and it worked like this. Step 1 is that we shifted a belief. At first, Sarah thought that making Instagram Reels or short form video had to be these long, thoughtful pieces of content. But no, that's just not the case. We shifted that mindset real quick. Short and to the point was the way to go. Think 7 to 15 seconds or less. The shorter they are, the faster we can create them, the less you need to worry about what to say, and it's really more time just recording. Step 2 was we had to come up with stuff to talk about. Now, to keep things fresh, we just used ChatGPT to brainstorm some topics and some scripts. Yup, an AI tool. The stuff that we got for her was killer. It was right on point, and it really increased retention. By the way, if you want to know the exact framework and prompts we used to come up with her content, comment the words prompt in the comment section below. Let me know that this is something that you want to see, and I'll be happy to create that video for you. All right, step 3 was that we had to record. But recording daily wasn't the strategy here, because we know that if we had her record daily, that would lead to a ton of anxiety on a daily basis just for her to hit the record button. So instead, we bulk recorded all of the video on one shot. One day straight shooting, weeks of content. Genius, right? Now here's the game changer to this that really made this system help her out. Step 4, outsource. After we recorded the videos, they were automatically saved and uploaded to a Google Drive to someone else. And this other person, their job was simple. It was to edit the videos and to post them. This completely eliminated the anxiety of seeing herself on screen and hitting the publish button. And then from there, within a few weeks, her content started going out, and then she started getting a ton of engagement. By the way, this exact same framework works with YouTube Shorts and TikTok videos as well. Okay, so now that we got Instagram Reels working for her, we had to keep things going. The next method is another one that let her stay in her cozy introvert zone while still pulling in leads. Method 2, it's all about mastering the webinar. Now I get it. The idea of hosting a webinar, it might be freaking you out, but listen, you're thinking like it's almost like public speaking, and who wants to do that, right? But let me drop some truth on you. When you have a solid system in place, webinars are an introvert's goldmine. You're behind a screen the entire time and you control the room, or should I say the Zoom. And the best part, you can get to pick whatever topic that you're passionate about. So here's our introvert system for webinars. Step 1, we focus actually more importantly on the promo and the FOMO. Look, webinars, they don't matter as much as the promotion that goes into it and the fear of missing out that is created for people that didn't attend. So write emails or post ads to create some buzz for this webinar, then drop some highlights to your audience for not attending. Step 2, choose a topic, one that you're really passionate about. Build an outline that takes your audience on a journey. They've got to leave thinking, damn, that was worth it. And step 3, and this was the game changer for her, pre-record the webinar. If you're feeling anxious about going live, then don't. You can use tools like Restream to pre-record your webinar. Yep, no live audience staring back at you, just you and your content. Record when you feel best and just let it roll when it's time. Now here's an optional step if you can stomach it, and that's to watch yourself while it's playing back and then engage with the audience as they're watching this video of you. Get into the chat and start talking to the attendees. This helps build rapport. And then step 4 is to end the webinar with your soft sell. Talk about your services this and tell them that if they want more details on the next thing, to comment the word or whatever word you'd like to come up with. And then people that comment usually are warmer leads. Then from there, you just reach out to them directly and then present your offer. So Sarah did this. She ran ads, she did posts to promote a webinar, she pre-recorded it, and when she published it, she engaged with the audience. And from there, she was able to get 12 hand raisers, or 12 people commenting. And of the 12 people that commented, she reached out to them, 2 ended up converting and then becoming clients. Now, I mentioned earlier in this video that there's another method that actually shot up her leads by 400%. Well, that's what I want to get to in method 3. It's called high-fiving the hand raisers. Now, this method literally capitulated Sarah's leads by a whopping 400%. And before you jump into conclusions about thinking that she had this big audience, let me clarify. Sarah had less than 500 followers when she started using this approach. So trust me, you don't need this massive following to make this work. If the idea of cold calling has you freaking out, you're gonna love this method. Why? Because you don't have to call anybody. You just have to type. No phone calls, no video calls, just you, your phone, your thumbs, and your keyboard. And here's the kicker. Typing is way more efficient than calling. I mean, think about it. You can simultaneously engage with multiple leads through messaging. No need to block off hours on your day for one-on-one calls. It's a win-win for productivity and your peace of mind. Okay, so one of the biggest mistakes business owners make is that thinking that someone liking or commenting one of your posts or following you on one of your platforms is an automatic green light to pitch your services. Well, hey, slow down there. These are just digital hand raisers, and these are really just signals that someone is interested in what we're putting out there. And so the plan is that we need to high five these hand raisers. So step 1, spot the hand raiser. Keep an eye open for those likes, those comments, those follows. These are your warm leads, people who have expressed interest in your stuff. Step 2, that's to open the digital door. Open up your keyboard and then shoot them a message. Ask what piqued their interest in your content. The goal here isn't to pitch, it is to engage. Step 3, keep the conversation flowing. You're not just shooting off a message, you're laying down a foundation for a relationship. So keep the digital dialogue open. Ask questions, share insights, and let the conversation evolve naturally. And step 4, become their go-to resource. When they have a problem that you can solve, who do you think they're going to turn to? Yeah, you. And that's because you've built a relationship with them, one keyboard stroke at a time.